Is the Premier League really the best league in the world? The Premier League is the richest, most watched and most globally recognised football league. But does that really make it the best? I'm Talia Lazarus and welcome to Football Footnotes. Everyone says the Premier League is the best, but is that just brilliant marketing? Let's look at the facts. As of 2025, England sits at the top of UEFA's club coefficient rankings ahead of Italy and Spain. The total squad value of Premier League teams is more than double that of any other European league. Chelsea's current roster is the most expensive ever assembled, valued at over 1.66 billion euros. Premier League clubs dominate spending in the transfer market. But why? Because they bring in the most revenue and are the most watched league on the planet. English football isn't just big, it is historic. This is the birthplace of the game. Generations of fans, local pride, and club loyalty built the foundation. But history alone doesn't explain the league's global takeover. It wasn't always like this. So back in the 90s, Serie A was king. In the 2000s, La Liga took the throne. The Premier League? Okay, it was big, but it wasn't this big. It all changed in 1992. England's top clubs broke away from the Football League and launched their own show, the Premier League. The goal? Money. A new TV deal meant bigger profits and no more splitting revenue with the lower leagues. And the presentation? Well, next level. The Premier League was packaged as a high-end product, fast, loud, and definitely emotional. It changed how football looked on TV. A brilliant marketing machine turned English football into a global obsession. Local fans stayed loyal, and international fans, they bought in, and the growth has not stopped since. Decades later, Premier League clubs are still cashing in, thanks to massive TV deals across the world. Other leagues, they try to copy the blueprint. With a 30-year head start and the global reach of the English language, the Premier League, they stayed ahead. Today, it's still the financial king of European football. But okay, let's forget about the money for a second. What about football? You can hype it all you want, but if the football's not elite, fans will not stick around. Simple. The top clubs knew that, so they spent smart. World-class players, genius managers, visionary directors. The result? A tactical melting pot. Styles and systems from all over the world. That old-school English edge, well, it's still there. End-to-end finishes, crunching tackles, chaos that makes the crowd roar. But layered on top, cutting-edge tactics and training that raise the level. So think about it. You have Wenger, Mourinho, Guardiola, Klopp. Well, they didn't just manage here, they changed the league. Everyone wants to test themselves in the Premier League. Managers, players, and even sporting directors. So yeah, the Premier League has a lot going for it. But here's the real question. Is it actually the best league in the world? Over the last 10 years, the Premier League had 4 different champions, the same as Serie A. La Liga and Ligue 1 had 3, and the Bundesliga, well, they just had 2. In the Champions League, the Premier League and La Liga each had 7 finalists in the last decade. Serie A had 3, Bundesliga 2, and Ligue 1 only 1. So of course, there is way more to it. You have league depth, mid-table competition, Europa League runs, style of play, you get it. There's a lot going on. What do the other leagues still bring to the table? What makes Serie A, La Liga, Bundesliga, or Ligue 1 different? Do they have something that the Premier League doesn't? We asked our OneFootball experts to break it down.
Maybe we can talk about the difference between the Premier League and La Liga first. Even Premier League is the league with the best marketing. I think technically they are taking the best coaches, and I think the best coaches are from Spain. We can see it right now, not only with Pep Guardiola in Man City, that he has dominated the Premier League during the last decade, but also other coaches such as Andoni Iraola in Bournemouth. He's doing a tremendous job. Mikel Arteta also in Arsenal. Spanish coaches and Spanish players too are the ones who are taking care of making the bigger business in the Premier League.
In terms of the Italian league, the Serie A, I think the big difference is that it's more tactical. And I think everyone who goes through the Premier League, but also plays in the Serie A, accepts that the Serie A is more tactical, the game is more cerebral. Teams are a bit less gung-ho in their approach, attacking-wise, and defensively they are a bit more resolute. There's a culture of playing defense in Italy that contributes to the stability of certain clubs. Because in the Premier League, some teams sometimes try to play a style of football that doesn't suit them.
One thing that makes unique the Bundesliga is that how they treat the fan. You are seeing weekend after weekend how the fans, they support their teams continuously during 90 minutes. They have like a club culture that is unique in Europe. Bundesliga wins Premier League in that sense.
The Premier League obviously is more prestigious than the Liga. It's always going to be that way, probably, because the football culture that exists in England doesn't exist in France. In France, a lot of sports are considered. You have basketball, you have handball. A lot of sports actually have their place in society. In England, football kind of takes over everything. So that's why you're never going to see Liga being as powerful as in the Premier League.
So, what do you think? Is the Premier League really the best, or is it just the richest? Drop your take in the comments, like the video, and hit subscribe for more Football Footnotes. I'm Talia Lazarus, and I'll see you next time.